a shotgun rider, cruise through the country, maybe pulling all nighter. Every little body needs a Clyde decider. Come on, baby, be my shotgun rider.
Skip Scoop comes to you live from X100.
Skip, look like you ventured over to the academic campus. Some students over there.
I tell you what, I had fun yesterday. Myron Canning asked me to come over and speak to his his business leadership class, and got to recruit some new fans for IU baseball and also for Skip Scoop, because I asked them, and not one of them in that class had ever watched our shows. So I enticed them by giving them the intro, and then that'll make them watch it.
It's a lucky freshman class to get to come into a brand new baseball stadium, Bart Kaufman Field. Got some new pictures recently.
Well, you know what? Rather than show the camera, I think we do have some quality photos. So let's take everybody to IU baseball news and let them see the new pictures of the stadium. Coming along wonderfully, by the way.
And you guys just got back from a nice little trip to the Dominican Republic. Let's talk about that for a second.
You probably noticed the tan, maybe the new hairstyle.
A little bit longer,
yeah,
stylish.
Getting the flow going. Yeah, we got back, and you did a fine job, by the way, back here at stateside doing the Dominican Daily Diary. And the kids loved it. Unbelievable cultural experience. We played quality competition, played some really solid baseball down there. But we got a little bit more footage. We showed up until day 6. These were some of the other things. One of the neat things we got to do is we got to go see the Escogido Baseball Club, which was the equivalent of the Major League Champion here in the States. So a little bit of action from that day. We preceded the game by getting a little history and going to the fortress of Santo Domingo. And as you can see here, the guys filing out of the castle. This is the first basically American city in the Americas, and this was built in a fortress, and they could actually begin construction, believe this or not, Kyle, 1503.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
So the boys got to tour that, and so we went from the castle, we went on to the game at the stadium. As you can see here, a couple of guys took in some sights, those sights being the dugout dancers. Check out those guys, a little happy there. The biggest difference you see, well, our tour guide, or our person who ran the trip, Sam LeBeau, bought all the guys' horns for the game and made them fit in. Listen to that. It is ear-piercing. And Big Smitty, though, came prepared, because Big Smitty threw in his earplugs, as you can see right here. But just a wild, festive atmosphere. They also got a treat. Big league star, major league star, Hanley Ramirez. You can see him coming to the plate here. He actually got hurt on a slide at the plate in that game. I never did follow up to see what happened to him, but you can see just a fun, festive atmosphere for a baseball game. Totally different from here in the States.
And Skip, you talked about Hanley Ramirez. You also got to see Moises Alou. You guys got to meet Francisco Cordero. We're going to go check out see what some of the guys thought out of practice today.
Yeah, you know what? And to a man, I heard that was one of the best things, neatest things I ever did. But let's hear it from their mouth right here.
I thought it was awesome. It was a whole different feel. Completely unexpected of what I saw.
It was definitely a good experience. It was good to see how they live in the Dominican Republic and their passion for the game and the way they approach the game.
I think what was beneficial for me was kind of the understanding I already had of Spanish, and like being able to communicate with the natives was a really cool opportunity, and using their language and not having that language barrier. Like that was the best thing I got out of it.
It was great. I love seeing the culture down there, how they just love the game. And they play with a lot more style than the American guys do.
I feel really grateful for being back here, and it kind of opened my eyes to everything that we have here, and I feel pretty blessed that we get to come back to a good country.
Back in the studio now. A couple questions this week, Skip.
Yeah, actually we got one and then the pictures. Yeah, gotcha. Jeff from, I almost said his last name, don't want to leave him anonymous. Jeff from Wolcott. Skip, thanks for the daily journals from the Dominicans. See, people were watching Kyle. I was wondering how much preparation goes into a trip like this from the coaching staff, and also how much the players' time, there's baseball related compared to free time that they got. A lot of preparation went into this. I mean, this thing's been in the works, honestly, for probably a year and a half. And, you know, certainly get the funds together to make that happen, but also the logistics and just all the groundwork that we had to lay. I got to give a lot of, I was going to say here, Jeff, no, I'm not supposed to say your last name, but we'll say this, Sam LeBeau. I got to give him some props for putting the trip together for us. Did a fantastic job of just making it seamless for us when the guys got there. So, you know, from a logistical standpoint, practice-wise, we had NCAA rules allows you 10 extra days of practice So it was nice that the team got some preparation before we went down. Our games, Jeff, were usually in the morning around 10 to 10:30, so they had some free time, but we tried to fill that with a lot of cultural experience. And we would also go and work on some baseball-related things. We had a diamond that was right outside of our hotel. So just all in all, an unbelievable trip, as you just heard the guys comment on. But great question, and thank you for following. This comes from the Basil family here. We got Mom Beth and of course Basil, Mike Basil, senior infielder in our program. We got Mom Beth, Sister Jamie, and friends take a helicopter to the bottom of the Grand Canyon in their IU baseball gear. I am absolutely loving life right there. I was just recently in the helicopter myself, so I know that was probably a thrilling deal, but I like it. I like it, standing at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. You know what's missing from this, Kyle? Is Ross Dickerson just somewhere in the background. We're up on one of those peaks. And then we got IU's football strength and conditioning. Got the fellows there looking all dapper. That's an old picture there, Kyle, because the turf not in.
A couple weeks ago, it's Mark, Will, and Lionel out there. About 3 weeks ago, I believe. We haven't had a scoop since then, so finally they get a
little prop on Skip Scoop there. Well, they look good in their little yellow vests and hats, and field's come a long way. But we'll be back at it. Thanks everybody for following. New things happening all the time. Guys getting ready for finals this week, so we may be out of touch for the next couple of weeks, but we'll bring her back with a quality Skip Scoop. Thanks for watching.